Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Empowering Lives Through an Online Business. And happy Friday for those who are on Friday, and happy Saturday for those who are already enjoying the weekend. Okay, so today's topic is
So today's topic is on Empower Life through an online business. We are in episode 43. Hey! We're going a long way. Anyways, our topic is progress over perfection. Why imperfection actions wins?
yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Yesenia, but everyone knows me as Jessie. I'm a nurse by profession. I live here in Ontario, Canada, but I'm originally from Cuba. I have my business online. I am a mentor.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico. I'm now residing in North Carolina with my family. I am a digital business owner and a mentor.
Hi, everyone. So we also want to remind that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays, we do have a free live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start creating that plan B and that extra side of income alongside your current job, here are three ways that you can get in touch with us to learn more about it. So you can either put in the comments more info, send us a private message, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have, or you can register directly into our website and we'll send you that invitation to our free webinar. So twice a week we have it, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. So in there, you can register for either day or for both. Second link is a link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, so what is it that you're going to find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how an online business plan works. And also, you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So, if you want to catch the replay from yesterday's live webinar before next Tuesday's live webinar, here were the hosts and panelists for that day.
Okay, yesterday we had Malu as our host. She is a banker and risk compliance. We also had Amitha, who is a childhood educator, Janaki, who is a lawyer, and Dilani, who is a business owner.
We also had Malachani. She's procurement specialist. Nim, she's an engineer. Wei is a procurement advisor. And Ryan, he is a nurse. So all these people were in a live webinar yesterday, mi gente. Yesterday was March 26th. And remember, we have live webinar every Tuesdays and Thursday, always at the same time, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to know, you want to discover how to launch your own online business with effortless, the only thing you have to do is register. Register with your name and email to any of our websites or link, and we contact you and just watch and learn.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. Yes, so if you're catching the replay of yesterday's live webinar, replay has subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So again, if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, here are the 3 ways that you can do that. So you can either put in the comments more info, send us a private message, or register directly into our website. All right, so let's dive into our topic for today.
All right, so our topic for today is progress over perfection. Why imperfect actions wins.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So welcome back to another episode. And happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday and enjoying the weekend. Okay, so one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck is the need to get everything perfect before they begin. But you know what? Perfection often delays progress. And while imperfect action moves you forward, you have to, don't worry about being so perfect. So today we're talking about why progress and not perfection is what truly creates the results. And for that, we're going to be talking about the following points.
Okay, so we have 3 points for you today. Number one, perfection delays progress. Number two, actions create learning. And number three, consistency beats perfection.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So let's start and dive in with the first point. So perfection delays progress. For many years, I believed that doing things well meant doing them perfectly. Working in the film industry for 25 years reinforced that mindset. Every detail mattered, precision, coordination, and high standards were essential. But when I began my journey in the digital world, I realized something important. Perfection in this new season of my life could easily become a barrier. So I remember hesitating before recording my first video, waiting before publishing my first post, and overthinking how everything should look, sound, and feel. And in those moments, I wasn't progressing, I was delayed. According to some research published in the Journal of Behavioral Decision Making, shows that perfectionism is a stronger link to procrastination. The more we try to make everything perfect, the longer we postpone taking action. You know, Perfection creates pressure and progress creates the movement. So once I allow myself to move forward without needing everything to be flawless, everything changed. My first videos weren't perfect, but they were real. My first posts weren't polished, but they were authentic. My first conversations weren't rehearsed, but they were genuine. And with every step, I improved. In our community, I see this transformation often. Many people hesitate because they feel they need to be ready or prepare or they're not good enough before they begin. But here is the truth: no one starts perfectly, everyone starts imperfectly. And the growth happens in emotion. So in life, perfectionists can appear in many forms, like, for example, waiting for the right moment, or waiting to feel confident, or waiting to have more knowledge, or waiting for the ideal circumstances. But waiting does not create progress. Action is what creates the progress. So progress begins the moment you decide to move forward, even if the path is not fully clear. So the goal here is not perfection. The goal is evolution. And each step teaches you. Each experience you, each experience that you do have refines you. And each attempt that you try strengthens that confidence. So here is the takeaway for you. If you've been waiting for the perfect time or the perfect plan or the perfect version of yourself, well, release that expectation. Start now, start imperfectly, and start consistently. Because perfection delays progress, but action is what creates it. And once you begin, progress will meet you along the way. So that's the message for this point. So now let's move on to the second one.
Okay, action creates learning. A lot of people believe that they need to feel ready before they start. They want more knowledge, more confidence, and more certainty. But the truth is, clarity doesn't come before action, it comes because of action. I used to think I needed to have everything figured out first. I would watch videos, take notes, learn and learn and learn some more. But deep down, I was stuck. Not because I didn't have information, but because I wasn't applying it. And everything changed when I made a simple shift. I stopped waiting to feel ready and started taking small steps, imperfect steps, uncomfortable steps, but intentional ones. And that's when the real learning began. Because there are things you will never fully understand until you experience them yourself. It's like, when you're growing up and your parents keep telling you, like, don't do this, don't do that, because they always are trying to help you avoid some things that maybe they encounter in life, and they want you to do better, right? But what do? We go and do them ourselves, right? Because you learn from experience. You have to learn from your own self. A lot of times just people telling you doesn't really help you understand it till you live the experience. you know a lot of things also that um, will help understand is how to show up by showing up, and how to communicate by actually speaking, and how to grow by going through the process. In fact, research from Harvard Business School shows that experimental learning by doing, can improve retention by up to 75% compared to just consuming information. So, what does this mean? That you actually have to watch the information and you have to put it in practice. You have to do it. Do it, learning by doing, and that's the kind of learning, that I do best with. I have to learn, but then I have to do hands on and do it myself. That means the fastest way to grow is not more thinking, is more doing. So for me, it wasn't about having it all perfect. It was about being willing to try, adjust, and keep going. And little by little, what once felt confusing, it started to make sense to me. What once felt scary, it started to feel natural. Confidence doesn't come first, it comes, or it was built along the way. That's the one thing that I think most of us don't understand, is that you don't have the confidence before you start doing. You have to start doing to gain the confidence, because you're going to gain the confidence with every step that you take. So if you've been waiting for the right moment, this might be your reminder. You don't need more time to prepare. You need to give yourself permission to begin, because every step you take teaches you something in the next step, or it teaches you something the next step needs. Like, you don't have the answers before you get there. You find the answers as you go. Okay. So that's what I had for this one. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. So yeah, so Isabel talk about action creates learning. So the best way, to learn is not by waiting to learn, but also by doing it. So that's what creates the learning. So um, when you're doing it, you're learning and you're adjusting it along the way, and that's how you improve, along the way. So that's what we share here on this board. Okay, so let's move on to the next point.
All right, point number 2, consistency beat perfection. So a study from University of London found that it takes an average of 66 days to build a habit through consistent action. A small repetitive step create long-term results. It's not about doing it perfectly, it's about doing it consistency. And this is so true. It's not like you go to the gym and you're already hacking one day. You have to go continuously to start seeing the results. If that makes sense, remember, I would say the main thing here is like perfection looks good, but it doesn't move you forward, but consistency is what it will move forward. Most people don't fail because they lack of the potential. They fail because they wait too long trying to get everything right. We already have said it before. A lot of people say, oh, I start when I'm ready. I wait for the perfect moment. I post when I have everything lined up, or I post when I feel more confident, or I will do this business when I'm more confident, or when I have more income. And that will turn weeks in years, and then nothing will happen. No, that's not a lack of ability. It's like that perfection is slowing you down. You know, you are overthinking, you are over redoing, you are over delaying, because you're waiting for perfect, for perfection, and so now that you realize that, now you have to create it, you have to create that consistency. Perfection create that hesitation. It make you to overthink, every step, every pose, every decision. And while you're trying to be perfect, sometimes it will slow your learning, slow your improving, and you will not move forward. So let's create that momentum, that it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to do it continuously, and repeatedly. You have to do it continuously. You have to show up every day. You have to take small actions. You have to learn, as you go. That's what build you that progress. You don't get better by waiting, or you don't get better by the perfect moment. As Isa say before, you get better by doing it. You have to do it. Don't wait for your 50. You will not wait for your 100 steps. So start showing up, start doing it a little by little. Can be imperfected, but those small actions every time, it will make it to get there where you want to do, when you want to go. So you start building something. Every time that you show up for yourselves, doesn't matter if it's perfect, but you are there for you, and then you will remind yourself, I can do this. You don't need to have that perfect idea, the perfect plan. You just need to have that action. And that action, you do it continuously, it will move you forward. You're not holding back. You are actually working for your future. You're not waiting for that sign. You start messy, you start unsure, you start with what about, but you start. Like perfection will keep you stuck. That consistency will keep you moving. Choose progress. Choose something that you will do, no matter what. Doesn't have to be, can be change, can be, if you want to lose weight, can be walk 100 steps, or like maybe you're overweight and you don't know, yeah, you don't feel like you can go to the gym or do all the things. Well, sit on the chair and start moving your legs up and down. Like just do small things at the time, and you will start seeing the results. You will start building that progress. And when you do it consistently, you're going to start seeing results. So you're going to believe more in yourself, and you can say, as I said before, I can do this. I can make it happen. And that is what's going to make you to achieve your goals.
Thank you, Jessie. So yeah, so Jessie just talk about consistency beats perfection. So when you are consistent, and it's like you're creating those compounding actions that create the long-term results. So you have that momentum. So it's not about being perfect; it's about being consistent. Um, Isabel also mentioned, from the previous point, you don't learn your way into action; you act your way into learning, and that's where growth truly begins. And Jesse also mentioned consistency builds what perfections delay. So there you go. Hold on, there's more. Okay. Perfection looks good for a moment, and consistency builds resource for a lifetime. So there you go. Okay, so now let's find out what is our key takeaway for this topic.
Perfection is not required to start. Progress is what creates momentum, growth, and results. When you focus on moving forward instead of getting it perfect, everything begins to change.
Yes, so that's where we go. And that's our key takeaway for today. And what is our message for the audience?
So our message for you: choose one thing you're being overthinking and take action today, even if it's not perfect. Comment a progress as your commitment to move forward. Comment.
Yes. So that's our message for the audience. So we have arrived to the end of our life. So we hope so that you learned something today about progress over perfection. Many times we think, well, I guess because that's how we've been conditioned, and try to make everything perfect, or waiting for the perfect moment, or waiting until we feel ready to do something. But the reality is other, you know. You don't have to wait for perfection or wait to be ready to do something. You just have to do it. And then by doing it, you create that momentum, you create that consistency, and you start seeing the results. So you learn that along the way, you adjust, and that there you go. You're moving, you're learning, and you're not staying stuck in one place. So we hope so that you learn what we shared today. And if you want to add something to our topic today, please put it in the comments. We'll be happy to read your comments. And if you want to learn how you can start your creating your online business, you know, and start being your online community that will motivate you, that will uplift you, that will be with you along the way. Here are three ways that you can here are three ways that you can get in touch with us. So you can either put it in the comments more info, or you can send us a private message and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Or you can register directly into our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to our free webinar. So we do have free webinars twice a week, so on every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will have two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. So there you can register for either day or for both. And second link is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to our live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we'll also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, so what is it that you're going to find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also, you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their life. So, if you want to catch yesterday's replay of the live webinar before next Tuesday's live webinar, so again, here are the three ways that you can do that. Put in the comments more info, send us a private message, or register directly into our website. So let's see what is our topic for next Friday.
Okay, next Friday we're gonna have momentum is built daily, small steps that matter.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking next Friday. So, because you know, success is not one big step, it's what you do every single day. So, we're talking again, going back to consistency, even if those small baby steps, you know, will take you a long way because you create that momentum. So saying that, I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We also want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and a happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday. So, and we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. Yeah, because we're almost there, or we are on Friday, but some people are already enjoying the weekend. So, saying that, we'll see you again on our next episode for the Empowering Lives Through an Online Business. So, thank you everyone for being here with us today. And until the next episode, thank you for watching. God bless you all.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good weekend.